NEEWER sent me a sample of their HB60B bi-colored LED light to check out for this particular review, and it has an impressive set of features considering it's about the same size as a coffee mug. This is priced at $159 and it's great value considering all the cool features and effects we get built in. We get a wide color temperature between 2700 Kelvin on the warm side and 6500 on the cool, and thanks to the CRI rating of 97+, which is the color accuracy, this allows you to dial it in for more accurate color temperatures for both studio or on location work, or basically anytime you need a handy little portable COB light like this. The HB60B only weighs in at 620 grams, excluding this little reflector that comes with it. So it's nice and lightweight for transport or anytime you need to move it into a different room. Now you might be thinking, how bright can a portable light like this be, being that it's as tiny as it is? It's bright. Here's an example of the light ramping up to full power. Now the maximum lux rating, which is the brightness rating, is rated at 44,800 lux at a distance of 1 meter with the reflector attached. So you don't want to be looking at this thing directly, and it will also allow you to work with this in a range of situations for both photo and video, indoors or out to a point where, say it's dark, you can at least get a little bbit of fill. In CCT mode, you also have various ramp settings for brightness like linear, which is the default, exponential, logarithmic, and sigmoid. Now, I don't know what that is, but it's basically a difference of how immediate the brightness reacts when you ramp it up on the app. I just leave it set to default and it responds fine in this mode. Now there's 12 scene effects built into this as well, which are great for short films or documentaries where you need to create a little bit of atmosphere. These effects include lightning, which is one of my favorites for short film work. We get paparazzi, defective bulb, which makes for good horror movie effects if you want to create some creepy atmosphere, explosion, welding, CCT flash, CCT pulse, candlelight, CCT loop, which changes the color temperatures, INT loop, which ramps through the brightness levels, TV screen, which replicates a TV on in the room, and finally fireworks. Thanks to the NEEWER Studio app, you can connect to this COB light remotely via Bluetooth, which is great. But if you just want to control everything via the back panel, you can do so as well. There's a couple of dials back here to help you get through all of the different options. Now, say for example, you need to change the color temperature on an effect like lightning. All you need to do is move the slider on the app to the appropriate value and you're done. It's very intuitive. The app also allows you to select between some quick presets under the light sources tab, which is great for beginners or folks who always like to have their setup set the same way each and every time. If you're using other lights in the studio already, there's a color match feature as well, which allows you to point the camera at an existing bulb and it will mimic that color if it's within the range. For a budget light, I didn't expect to see this option at all, so it's great to see it included here. The effects music option allows the light to respond or light up to background music or any noise for that matter if it meets the threshold that you set of either low, medium, or high. This is all done within the app. This might be good for parties or something where you need a little bit more ambience or a light bouncing around to the music, for example. The app itself allows you to set up devices and groups of devices. So once you power the light on, you can turn it off and on using the app, which is nice. The lamp itself also has a really great safety mechanism as well. It's not going to power on accidentally, which I can appreciate. So if you push in the power button like this, the back panel will light up, but the light itself isn't on. You need to turn this a full 360 degrees before it lights up, and you can get a good sense of just how bright this is at 15%, right? So yeah, it's great. One of the biggest complaints some people have with portable LED lights like this or COB lights is that they can turn on automatically when they're in transport. You won't have the same problem with this. This little cube light also gives you active cooling, which kicks in when needed. There's a single 1/4 screw point on the bottom here, so it's easily able to attach to a light stand or any little tripod like this Manfrotto Pixie one I've got right here. Included with the box, we get the light, a little reflector, which you've already no doubt seen by this point in the video, a USB-C cable, which is nice and long, a grip handle, instruction manual, and a padded carry bag. NEEWER also sent me out one of these. This is a Bowens mount adapter. It's the CHB1, and this allows you to take this mini light and connect it to a full-blown softbox. And we'll test that out right now. Here's an example of how the NEEWER HB60B performs with my GVM softbox. The Bowens mount will accept any regular size softbox made for a mount like this, and it's a standardized format. Just make sure you don't buy a mini Bowens mount one. You want to make sure it's this one if you plan on connecting it to a full-size softbox. I'll leave my recommendation down in the description if you're not sure what any of that means. It's also worth mentioning that there's no full-size light stand, so if you do need one of those, you'll have to purchase that separately. One thing I can appreciate about the usability of this is not only is the back panel nice and intuitive, but the app's also very easy to use. And if you only need the CCT mode, for example, you can find it nice and simply across the tabs at the top and set it up accordingly. This lamp also has a smart eco mode, which drops the 60 watts of power drain down to 45 watts for extended runtime. Now, the runtime is estimated at 50 minutes in standard mode or 80 minutes in eco mode, and I would say that's close to accurate. There's also support for USB-C fast charging, which works great with a range of power supplies. I tested charging with this with my 9 volt 3 amp USB-C PD power supply. I think it's rated at like 45 watts and it didn't take too long to charge at all. Where this really makes a lot of sense for me is I'm forever shooting product B-roll in this studio and in also my other one, which is a guitar-centric channel. And having something portable that's got its own battery really simplifies the setup process. And if you're into shooting short films, having something like this is great. It's bright enough that it will light up most of a room, no problems at all. But you can also bounce the light off the wall and get some really soft light and get that more sort of cinematic filmmaking look. So if you're into doing that, this would make a whole lot of sense. Now, if you are thinking of buying this newer light, what I can recommend is getting a softbox. It softens the light dramatically. You could, of course, just drape some cloth over this and soften the light that way, but the softbox will give you a better spread. It will also look a little bit better too. It is an additional expense, but yeah, if you're looking to get nice soft light for maybe a YouTube set like this, this would definitely work as a secondary light in that scenario. Or you could run a pair of these quite close to you and get a very similar look to what you're seeing right now. Thanks to NEEWER for sending this out. If you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you on the next one. See ya.